By heavens, my dear, no wonder you were lost. You can barely see where you're going. Let me help you. Oh, Maria! Oh, my soul, it is you, my dear fellow servant.
Oh!
What on earth brings you back?
Well, my master, Sir Anthony, on feeling the gout returning, resolved to give it the slip by coming here to take the waters. And we were all in the carriage with no more than an hour's notice.
Oh, that's the absolute haste in everything.
Oh, but tell me, Sarah, how is the young master, Captain Jack? My Sir Anthony will be most surprised to see his son here in Bath.
I no longer serve Captain Absolute.
No.
No, Maria. I am now employed by Ensign Beverley.
From captain to ensign, then you haven't made a change for the better.
I have not made a change at all.
But you just told me that you left the young master's employ.
Poor Maria, I'll tease you no further. For Captain Absolute and Ensign Beverley are one of the same person.
Oh, the devil they are! But why all the subterfuge?
Oh, love, dear Maria, love.
Oh, I might have guessed a lady was the cause of it. But tell me, sir, why does the young master demote himself to ensign? If he was going to pretend, why not pass himself off as a general?
Oh, now there's the thing, for my master is in love with a lady of singular taste. She would prefer a half-pay ensign to the son of a baronet of 3,000 a year.
Oh, well, is she herself wealthy?
God's faith, Maria, she could pay off the national debt as easy as I pay our washerwoman.
Bravo! And who is this woman that Wade means?
Her name is Miss Lydia Languish.
Oh, and why does Miss Languish give her heart to a gentleman she believes to be so far beneath her?
Oh, she's an independent spirit, and wants for nothing but true love. Oh, there's a tough old aunt, Miss Mallinckrodt, whose will is to make matrimonial decisions on behalf of her niece. Were Miss Lydia to elope with Ensign Beverley, her aunt would cut her off without a penny, and such a loss of fortune would therefore prove he was truly in love with her and not her money.
Well, I see, and no doubt the aunt would approve of a suitor like Captain Jack Absolute.
Damn in the eyes of Miss Lydia.
Oh, well, I wish them well, although it's hard to see what good will come of such a tangled web. But tell me, Sarah, what kind of place is Bath?
Oh, too genteel for my taste. There's a pump room, but I urge you not to take the waters, for it tastes like it's been passed through a horse. For those that like to promenade, we'll saunter to the parades. There are dances, for those that like to dance. But little entertainment for the likes of us. However, Mr. Falkland's maid Nellie and I like to make little parties to keep us amused. I'll introduce you.
Oh, I know her, for Mr. Falkland is to marry Miss Julia Melville, who travelled with Oz.
Of course, I'd forgotten. Now, come on, let's get you to the lodgings and I'll help you with these bags.
Hold, Sarah. There is Captain Jack now. Is that the lady with him?
No, that's Lucy, Miss Languish's maid.
Oh, giving her money. How odd.
Oh, it's not our place to question, Maria. Come now, let's get these bags to the apartments. Otherwise, Sir Anthony will be in such a fury.
Such a surprise to see you here.
Indeed, Mum, I've walked half a Bath looking for it. There's not a circulating library I didn't visit.
And could you not get The Devil Wears Paisley?
No, Mum.
Nor the Personal Journal of Miss Bridget Jones?
Alas, no, Mum.
Nor the Friday Evening Embroidery Society?
No, Mum. As ill luck would have it, the librarian said Miss Suki Saunter had just borrowed it.
Hey-ho. Did you inquire for 50 Tones of Taupe?
Indeed I did, Mum. I asked everywhere for it. There was a copy at Mr. Frederick's, but it had just been returned by Lady Slatten Lounger, and it was so soiled and dog-eared, it weren't fit for a Christian to read.
Hey-ho. So what have you bought me?
The Wet Nurse Diaries, Mum. This is Confessions of a Lady Who Compulsively Purchases Gowns. Lady Rachel's Tour. And this is Dismissing Master Matthew.
Hey-ho. What's the large book by the glass?
That's the whole duty of man, Mum. I use it to press flowers.
Very well. Pass me the Salvo Latvian.
Is that the book with the blue cover, Mum?
That's my smelling bottle, you simpleton.
Oh, the salts. Here, Mum.
Hold, I think somebody's coming. Quick, see who it is.
Oh.
I'm sure I had my cousin Julia's voice.
as soon as he is dressed.
Then I must be quick before we are interrupted. You know from my letters of my love for the dashing, handsome Ensign Beverley. But dear Julia, I fear I've lost him.
No, how so?
My aunt intercepted one of his letters to me and has now confined me to the house.
There's always a risk you would be discovered.
But such hypocrisy! For she herself is indulging in a love affair by letter with the Sir Lucius O'Trigger, an Irish baronet whom we met at Lady McShuffle's ball.
You jest, Lydia.
Upon my word, Julia, she corresponds with him almost every day, but she signs herself Delia until she's ready to make herself known to him.
But surely if Mrs. Malaprop is in love, she's all the more likely to indulge her niece.
On the contrary, discovering her own weakness has only made her even more suspicious of mine. And to make matters worse, that odious man Akers arrives in Bath today. No doubt continue to pursue me. Lord, I quite detest the man. Oh, but Julia, what am I to do?
Oh, come, Lydia. If Beverley is deserving and sincere as you say he is, he will realise something has occurred to keep you from him and will bide his time.
I wish with my heart it was so, and I'm sure it would be. Had we not quarrelled when last we met?
No. Well, what was the cause of the quarrel?
There wasn't one. We had never quarrelled before, and I only thought it proper that we should. I thought it would be romantic. So I wrote myself a letter informing myself that Beverley had been paying attention to another woman. I signed it to your unknown friend. I then showed it to Beverley, charged him with the falsehood, put myself in a violent passion, slapped him, and swore I'd never see him again. I was only supposed to tease him for a day or two, but now I fear I've lost him forever.
Beverley would not give you up so easily. Aside from anything else, he is but a poor ensign, and you have £30,000.
But Julia, you forget I lose most of my fortune if I marry without my aunt's consent until I am of age. And that's exactly what I'm determined to do. For where is the romance in marrying a man who has the approval of Mrs. Malaprop? Where is the romance in marrying a man who has his own fortune, or is willing to wait until I'm of age, but to elope with dear, darling, penniless Beverley, who loves me and cares not one jot for my money? Now that is the stuff of romance itself.
Nay, that is the stuff of poverty and destitution.
You are too harsh on me, Julia. But what of your own love? Have you sent word to that ungrateful, jealous Falkland that you're in Bath?
Alas, Sir Anthony's resolution to come here was so sudden I hadn't time to inform him. But you wrong him, Lydia. Falkland is unused to the fopperies of love. His affection is ardent and sincere. It engrosses his whole soul, and he expects the same of his mistress. If he does not feel he is receiving the same devotion as he gives, he feels he's not loved at all. Although I admit, his moods have caused me many unhappy hours.
Tell me candidly, Julia. Had Falkland not have saved you from drowning, would you be in love with him?
I loved Falkland before he saved my life, although I admit gratitude may have strengthened my attachment.
Gratitude is no basis for love. I would not give my heart to a man merely because he could swim. I mean, what if water span who dragged you ashore? Would you have married the dog?
Come, Lydia, you're too inconsiderate.
Nay, I do but jest. Oh, what's it? Beg your pardon, ma'am, but Sir Anthony Absolute has just arrived, along with your aunt.
I must go. Sir Anthony does not know I'm here, and I have no wish to be detained. I shall pay my respects to your aunt on another occasion.
Ma'am, I hear them coming up the stairs. Continue, gentle coz. Adieu, my dear Julia, I'm sure you're in haste to send to Falkland. There through my room you'll find another staircase.
Adieu.
Here, Lucy, hug these books. Bring Lady Rachel and dismissing Master Matthew on the sofa, and put the wet nurse diaries in the drawer.
Confessions of a lady, ma'am.
In your pocket, quick, girl. You can leave the duty of man out, or put the fortnight's sermons open on the table.
Oh, Lord, ma'am, the girl's torn out every page through to proper pride to use as firelighters.
No matter, leave it open on sobriety. Quick, bring me Christian morals.
And there's Sir Anthony sits, the deliberate simpleton who wishes to disgrace her family and lavish herself on a fellow not worth a shilling.
Madam, I thought you were going
You thought. I don't know what business you have thinking at all. Thinking does not become a young woman. But my point is this. You must promise me you will forget this young fellow. You must illiterate him from your memory.
Our memories are independent from our wills. It is not so easy as to forget.
There is nothing on earth so easy as to forget, if a person chooses to set about it. Why, I'm sure I forgot your poor dear uncle as if he had never existed, and thought it my duty to do so. Memories do not become a young woman.
Such obstinacy. Mark my words, this all comes from her reading.
What crime, madam, have I committed to be treated thus?
Now, don't seek to extirpate yourself, young miss. You know I have proof controvertible.
You will promise me you will forget this young man and take a husband of my choosing.
Madam, I must tell you plainly that even if I have no preference for anyone else, any choice you make would be my aversion.
What business have you missed with preference and aversion? They don't become a young woman. There's nothing wrong with a little aversion in matrimony.
Indeed.
No. I really hated your uncle before we were married, and yet you know what a devoted wife I made, and all the tears I shed when it pleased heaven to release me from him. Now, what say you if we were to drop Mr. Akers and offer you another choice? Would you then promise to give up this Beverley?
If I betrayed my thoughts by making that promise, I can assure you that my actions would soon betray my words.
Take yourself to your room!
Willingly, ma'am.
There's an intricate young hussy for you.
It's hardly to be wondered at, Ma'am. This is all the natural consequence of teaching girls to read. If I had daughters, I'd as soon they studied witchcraft as the alphabet.
Nay, nay, Sir Anthony, you are a misanthropy.
On my way here, I saw your niece's maid coming forth from a circulating library. She had a book in each hand, half-bound volumes with marbled colours.
Those are vile places indeed.
I'd as soon have plague in a town as a circulating library.
Come, come, Sir Anthony, you surely speak laconically.
Why, Mrs. Malpop, what would you have a woman learn?
Well, I certainly wouldn't wish any daughter of mine to be a child progeny. Too much learning does not become a young woman. For instance, I would never let her meddle with Greek or Hebrew, nor for that matter algebra or seminary or fractious calculations, or indeed anything mathematical. She should, however, have a supercilious knowledge of geometry, so that she may know something of the contagious countries. And through practising drawing and embroidery, she should become a mistress of artifice. However, most importantly, she should study grammar and learn to vociferate her words correctly, for I cannot abide poor vocabulary. There, Sir Anthony, that is what I would have a woman learn, and I don't think you'll find there's a superstitious article in it.
Well, Ma'am, I find it impossible to argue with you. But Mrs. Malaprop, let me bring you round to the more important point. Do you have any objection to my proposal?
None at all, I assure you. Your son is quite the illegible bachelor. We're under no obligation to Mr. Akers, and if Lydia is so set against him, perhaps your son will be more successful.
Splendid. I shall write to the boy directly. He knows nothing of this, but I have had the proposal in my head for some time. He's currently with his regiment.
Of course, we have yet to have the pleasure of meeting your son. I trust there will be no objection on his part.
Objection? Let him object if he dare, Mrs. Malpop. My way has always been, Jack, do this. If he demurred, I knocked him down. If he grumbled at that, I sent him out of the room.
You are quite correct, Sir Anthony. There is nothing so conciliating to young people as severity. Well, I shall give Mr. Akers his discharge and prepare Lydia to receive your son's embrocations.
Well, I must leave you, Ma'am. Please take my advice. If the girl rejects the proposal, clap her under lock and key. And if you were to allow the servants to forget to bring her dinner for a few days, she'll soon come round to the idea.
Well, I shall be glad to get it from under my intuition. She has somehow discovered my partiality for Sir Lucius O'Trigger. I'm sure Lucy can't have betrayed me. No, the girl is such a simpleton. If she'd been one of those artificial servants, I would never have trusted her. Lucy? Lucy!
Did you call, ma'am?
Yes. Did you see Sir Lucius when you were out?
No, indeed, ma'am, not a glimpse.
You are certain, Lucy, you never mentioned him, did you?
No, ma'am, no, I'd sooner cut my tongue out.
Well, don't let your simplicity be imposed on. Now, come to me presently and I'll give you another letter for Sir Lucius. But mind, Lucy, if ever you betray what you are entrusted with, unless it is other people's secrets to me, obviously. You shall forfeit my malevolence forever. And your being a simpleton shall be no excuse for your duplication. So, simplicity. Let me give you a little respite. Girls of my station will never get far by appearing bright. My advice is to wear a mask of silliness and keep a sharp mind beneath. Let me account for what simplicity has earned me lately. Item. For abetting Miss Lydia Languish in the design of running away with an ensign. In money, £12.12. Gowns, 5. Hats, caps, ruffles, etc. Numberless. Item. From said ensign. In this last month alone, 6.5 guineas. That's almost a quarter's wages. Item. For betraying the above couple to Mrs. Malaprop, 2 guineas and a black paduasoy. Item. From Squire Acres for carrying divers letters, which I never delivered. 2 guineas and a pair of fine buckles. Item. From Sir Lucius O'Trigger, 3 crowns, 2 gold pocket pieces and a silver snuff box. Not bad, considering I've led him to believe he's corresponded with the niece rather than the aunt. Well done, simplicity.
So while I was there, Sir Anthony came in and I said you'd sent me to inquire after his health and asked whether he was at leisure to receive you.
And what did he say when he heard I was in Bath?
I really would like to repeat such language, sir, but he did ask what the devil had brought you here.
And what did you say?
Oh, I lied, sir. I forget the precise lie. However, you can be sure he got no truth from me. But, sir, so I can be more consistent in my lying, what would you have me say has brought you to Bath? Sir Anthony's maid Maria was most curious.
You said nothing to her.
Maria is the most discreet of maids.
You trusted her.
Not at all, not a word, not a syllable. She was inquisitive, sir. But I was sly, sir. Very sly. Honest Maria, I said. One always calls one's inferiors honest. My master has come to Bath to recruit. What or whom you are recruiting, I did not say.
Well, recruit will have to do.
Recruit does very well, I thought, sir. For you are recruiting, are you not? Although more for the bedchamber than the parade ground days, sir.
Don't try and be clever, Sarah. If you let slip one single word about Miss Languish, I will personally...
No need for that, sir. I shall be as silent as the grave.
Well, ensure that you are, or you'll find yourself in one. Now, has Mr. Falkland returned from Bristol?
He's upstairs getting changed, sir.
Is he aware of my father and Miss Melmore's arrival in Bath?
No, sir, I think not. He has not seen anybody since he returned.
Good.
Oh, I think I hear him coming down now, sir.
My poor friend does not know his love is in Bath. I'll have a little fun with him first. Ah, Falkland, how the devil are you? Is it good to be back in Bath?
Without Julia, it does not much matter where I am. I do not live, I merely exist. But how stands things between you and Lydia?
As much as they were, I have not seen her since our quarrel, but I expect to be recalled at any time.
Ah, such confidence. But what if you have trifled with her for too long? You may lose her to another. You should go to her now and persuade her to go off with you.
What, lose her fortune? Ensign Bennery could elope there any time he wished, but I'm not yet convinced she'll consent to marrying Captain Jack Absolute. No, I must prepare the ground carefully before revealing my true identity. Anyway, you'll dine with me tonight at the hotel?
No, I'm in poor spirits. I would not be good company.
Come, Falkland, love like a man. Am I not a lover? And a romantic one too? We don't see me going around in a constant state of misery, fueled by your own doubts and fears.
Ah, but Jack, your heart and soul are not like mine. You throw your dice for a large stake, but if you lose, you'll throw again. My happiness depends on this single cast. If I lose this, then all is lost.
And what grounds for doubt has your brain conjured up for you now?
Oh, there are 1,000. Oh, Jack, when two tender and feeling souls are separated, there is not a movement in the sky nor a shift in the breeze that does not hint at a lover's fears.
Aye, but we do not have to take the hint. So, Falkland, would you be content if you knew that Julia was well and in good spirits?
I should be happy beyond measure. I am anxious only for that.
Then I can cure your anxiety at once. Miss Melville is in perfect health and at this moment in Bath.
Jack, don't trifle with me.
She arrived with my father an hour ago.
But how? Why?
You know my father well enough to know a whim of this kind is completely in his character. You have my word, she's here.
Ah, Jack. Now nothing on earth can cause me a moment's unease. I must go to her at once.
Sir, Mr. Akers has arrived from Bath. He's below.
Ah, Stapleton. This fellow Akers lives within a mile of Sir Anthony. He will let you know how your mistress is being since you left her. Sarah, show the gentleman up.
Is he much acquainted with the family?
Oh, very intimate. He's also a rival of mine, or rather Beverley's. He does not know I've set eyes on Miss Languish. You should hear him complain to me about that skulking dog Beverley and how he...
Hush, he's here.
Ah, my dear friend, noble captain and honest Jack, how are you? Hearts, whips and wheels, warm work on the roads, Jack. Sir, your humble servant.
Bob, give me leave to introduce Mr. Falkland. Mr. Falkland, Mr. Akers.
What, this is Mr. Falkland?
Aye, Bob, Miss Melville's Mr. Falkland.
Ah, she and Sir Anthony must have arrived just before me. I expect you've seen them. Ah, Mr. Falkland, you are indeed a happy man.
I have yet to see Miss Melville, sir. I trust she enjoyed good spirits in Devonshire.
Never seen a better in my life, sir, never better.
Really? I heard she had been a trifle indisposed.
Oh, false, quite the reverse, I assure you.
Oh, Jack, is that not typical of her? I've almost fretted myself ill.
What, so now you're angered by your mistress being well?
No, you misunderstand me. But surely when we are separated from the one we love, it is only natural to feel at least some trifling indisposition. But Jack, surely you must admit, there is something rather unkind in this robust, unfeeling health.
Yes, it's very unkind of her to be well in your absence, I'm sure.
Good apartments, Jack.
Yes.
Sir, you say that Miss Melville has been exceedingly well. What then? She has been merry and gay, always in good spirits, I suppose?
Merry? Why, sir, she's been the belle and spirit of the company wherever she's been. So lively and entertaining, so full of wit and humour.
Oh, there, Jack. Oh, by my poor soul, there is an innate levity in the woman.
This nonsense. Only a moment ago you're fretting for her well-being.
Jack, have I been the joy and spirit of the company?
Indeed you have not.
Have I been full of... Have I been lively and entertaining?
That you haven't.
Have I been full of wit and humour?
No. You've been confoundedly stupid.
Oh!
What's the matter with the gentleman?
Ah, he's just relieved Miss Melville is happy and well. Aren't you, Falkland?
Oh, she has such a happy disposition, and so accomplished, so sweet a voice. Odds, minims and crotchets, how she did sing at Mrs. Galliard's concert.
Oh, there, Jack, what say you now? She's been all mirth and song, not a thought of me.
Come, Falkland, is music not the food of love?
Well, yes, that may be so. Pray, Mr... Oh, what's his damn name? Do you remember what Miss Melville sang?
Oh, no, that I don't.
Oh, come, Bob, surely it was a sad, melancholy air, perhaps, when absent from my heart's delight.
No, that won't, no.
Was it, bring my love swiftly to me? Bring my love swiftly, 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 bring my love swiftly.
No, nothing like that. Odds, like I remember, it was my heart's my own, my will is free.
Oh, fool as I am to fix my hopes on such a trifler!
Oh, and Miss Melville, she dances as well as she sings. I remember there she was at our last race ball.
Hell and the devil! She thrives on my absence. My days have been anxious, silent, pensive. Hers have been all spirit and laughter, dance and song.
Contain yourself, for goodness sake, Falkland. If Julia were at a ball, then surely good manners would oblige her to dance a minuet, say.
A minuet? Oh, no, sir. What I was going to praise was her country dancing.
Country dancing? Then, Jack, all is lost. A minuet I could have forgiven, but country dancing? Have you not seen it, Jack? All is abandoned. The dancer's pulse beats to the lascivious movement of the jig. Their quivering, warm breath sighs impregnate the very air. The atmosphere becomes almost electrical to love. All it takes is one amorous spark, and the charge spreads through the chain of hands like a contagion. I must leave you now. I admit I am somewhat flurried, and that confounded Luby has perceived it all.
But you have not thanked Mr. Akers for his news.
Oh, damn his news!
Poor Falkland.
Gentleman weren't angry at me praising his mistress, was he?
A little jealous, I believe, Bob.
Jealous? What of me?
And why not? With your boyish good looks, sprightly grace, and insinuating manner, you'll do mischief amongst the girls here.
But Jack, I'm no longer my own property.
Oh?
My dear Lydia has forestalled me. She never could abide me in the country because I used to dress so badly. But silks and ruffles, I shan't take matters so here. I've cashiered the hunting frock and rendered my leather breeches incapable. My hair has been in training some time.
Indeed.
Aye, and though the side curls are a little restive, I think the hind part takes it very kindly.
You're polished, Bob, I have no doubt.
Absolutely. And then when I find this Ensign Beverley, odds, triggers and flints, I'll make him know the difference on it.
Sir, there is a gentleman below who desires to see you. Shall I show him into the parlour?
You may.
Jack, I must be gone.
Who is it?
Your father, sir.
A foolish woman, why do you send him up directly?
Now, you have business with Sir Anthony, and I'm expecting a note from Mrs. Malaprop at my apartments. I've also sent for my dear friend Sir Lucius O'Trigger. We shall meet tonight and drink a dozen toasts to sweet Lydia.
That I will do with all my heart. Now for a parental lecture. I hope he knows nothing of my business here. I wish with all my soul Gout had held him fast in Devonshire. Sir, how delightful to see you, and looking so maybe apprehensive for your health.
Apprehensive about something, no doubt, young pop.
Sir, I frequently pray for your health and well-being.
But I hope your prayers are answered. However, I grow old and infirm. I shall probably not trouble you for long.
Sir, I beg to differ. I have never seen you looking so hearty.
Well, if I am to plague you a while longer, I've been considering I ought to be doing more to make my boy some kind of a figure in the world. I realise that the income from your commission and what I have hitherto allowed you is but a small pittance for a lad of your spirit. I propose, therefore, to give you at once an independent living.
Your kindness overpowers me. May my gratitude be shown through my future life.
Or indeed through your future wife.
Wife, sir?
Yes, did I not mention her?
You did not, sir.
No matter. Yes, the independent living comes through matrimony.
Sir, you amaze me.
Why? What the devil's the matter with you? Just now you were all gratitude and duty.
I was, but you were talking of independence and fortune, not of a wife.
Well, what's the difference? If you want the estate, you have to take the livestock.
Sir, if my happiness is the price, then I must decline the purchase. Pray, sir, who is the lady?
What business is that of yours?
If I know nothing of the lady, how can I reasonably agree?
If you know nothing of the lady, how can you reasonably object?
Well, then I must tell you plainly, my heart has been given to another.
Well, request its return, Jack, and exchange it for hers while you're about it.
Sir, I regret I cannot obey you.
Now, look here, Jack. Up to this moment, I have been calm. I have heard you with patience, and I have been cool. Quite cool. You well know that I am compliance itself, if I am not thwarted. There is no one more easily led than I, if I have my own way. But be warned, sir, don't test my reason and moderation.
Sir, I repeat, I cannot obey you.
Damn you, give me your promise of...
Promise to marry some mass of ugliness.
Damn your eyes, you dog! The woman shall be as ugly as I please. She shall have a hump, 2, 1 on each shoulder. She shall be as crooked as the Royal Crescent, and her one eye will roll like a bull's eye in Cox's Museum. She shall have skin like an Egyptian mummy, and the beard of a Scot. She shall be all this, sir, and I will make you ogle her all day, and write sonnets to her beauty all night.
Reason and moderation indeed.
I'll have none of your sneering, Bobby. No grinning either, you jackanapes.
Sir, I can assure you I never felt less like laughing in my life.
None of your passion, sir. None of your violence.
Sir, I never...
What? Strike out at me, would you? Why can't you be calm and measured like me? What use is anger, you impudent, insolent, overbearing reprobate? Sneering again, you provoke me. You play upon the meekness of my character, my mild disposition. Take care, sir. The patience of a saint may be overcome at last. Now listen to me. I give you 6 hours to consider and comply. If you do, well, confound you, I might just forgive you. But if you don't, I'll strip you of your commission. I'll lodge 5 and 3pence with trustees, and you can live off the interest. And I'll disown you. I'll disinherit you. I'll unget you. And damn me if I ever call you Jack again.
Mild, gentle, considerate father, I kiss your hands. Oh. Oh. I daren't trust him with the truth.
Father appears to be in ill humour. He comes down the steps 8 or 10 steps at a time, muttering and growling, thumping the banisters all the way. I and the cook's dog stand bowing at the door. He strikes me once with his cane and bids me to take that to my master and kicks the poor hand out into the streets. If I were you, sir, I would drop his acquaintance.
Penitent wretch, is that all you came here to tell me? Stand out of my way.
In all my years of service, I have concluded there are 3 types of master. The rude, the very rude, and the absolutely rude.
So, I have yet another rival to add to my mistress's list. Captain Jack Absolute. However, I shall not enter his name till my purse has received his calling card. Poor Acres is dismissed. But I've done him one last friendly office in letting him know that Beverley has found favour with my mistress. Now, where is Sir Lucius O'Trigger? He's generally more punctual when expecting a note from his dear Delia. And so generous, though I'm sure he wouldn't pay half so well if he knew Delia was the aunt.
There you are, my little ambassadress. I've been searching for you on South Parade this half hour.
Oh Lord, now I've been waiting for your worship here on the north.
Faith, pulls up hard. Here, Lucy. Tell me, dear girl, do you have anything for me?
Why, yes, sir. I've a letter for you here in my pocket.
Let me see what the dear young creature has to say.
There, sir.
Sir, occasionally in love, there is a sudden expulsion that goes beyond one's expectorants. Such was the convolution I felt when I first set eyes on Sir Lucius O'Trigger. Very prettily written indeed. My female dissidence prevents me from prevaricating further on the matter, but suffice to say that you, Sir Lucius, are empirical to my affections. Delia. Why, Lucy, your mistress certainly is a queen of the language, for if she commands his presence, no word dares defy her.
Hi, sir. Well, a lady of her experience.
Experience? At 17?
Oh, but she reads so. Oh, my stars, her head is never out of a book. But you should hear how she speaks of you, Sir Lucius.
Well, tell your mistress, I'll make her Lady O'Trigger before long. First, we must get the old aunt's consent. If I had the money, I'd steal your mistress away with the greatest of pleasure. The current circumstances mean I must play things fairly. But here, pretty girl, here's a little something for you to buy your ribbon. Maybe this evening, I'll give you an answer to this. In the meantime, perhaps you'll take a kiss yourself.
Oh, Sir Lucius, I thought you were a gentleman. My mistress won't like such impudence.
Modesty in a lover is a trait a woman praises more than she likes. So did your mistress ever ask you? Did Sir Lucius give you a kiss? Tell her I 50 or more.
Oh, sir, would you have me tell a lie?
Oh, let's make it a treat, that little baggage.
Someone's coming.
Lucy, what are you up to, girl?
Sarah, I was just directing that gentleman to the South Parade.
Don't play the simpleton with me, young hussy. I was watching. I saw you give him a letter. My master shall hear of it.
Not so hasty, Sarah. That letter was from Mrs. Malaprop. Sir Lucius is quite taken with her.
What strange tastes people have. But Lucy, what says the niece? Was there a message from my master?
Bad news only, I'm afraid, Sarah. A worse rival than Squire Acres. Sir Anthony Absolute has proposed his son marry Miss Lydia.
What, Captain Jack Absolute?
I heard it myself.
Excellent, Lucy. I must away with the news.
Oh, you may laugh, but it's true, I assure you. Oh, Sarah, tell your master not to be downcast by this.
Oh, he'll be so disconsolate.
And tell him not to quarrel with young Absolute.
Oh, never fear, never fear.
Oh, be sure to tell him to keep up his spirits.
Oh, I will, I will.
So my dear father wants to force me to marry the very girl I've set my heart on. But I must tread carefully, for my mistress will not take kindly to knowing that I am her aunt's choice. I fear I must keep Beverly alive for a while longer. I must first make peace with my father. Here he comes, my word, he looks gruff. I must put on my penitential face. Oh, sir, could I...
Out of
But,
my
sir...
way, fellow. If you are about to ask me to forgive you, I shall not. Impudent dog. They've nearly put me in an ill temper. Such self-will, such obstinacy, such assurance. You are clearly no son of mine.
Sir, you see before you a penitent.
I see before me a scoundrel.
Sir, I'm here to acknowledge my error, to recant, to apologize.
What's that?
I have reflected on your past goodness, kindness, and generosity.
What?
I have considered what you said about duty, honor, and authority.
Well, Poppy?
And the result of my reflections is to sacrifice my own inclinations entirely to your will.
Well, now you talk sense. Absolute sense. In fact, I've never heard you say anything more sensible in my life.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, confound you, I shall call you Jack again.
I shall be happy to be so called, sir.
Ah, then Jack, my dear Jack. Let me tell you who the lady really is. I'd have told you before, but for your violent, raging temper, you silly fellow. Jack, prepare yourself for joy and rapture. The lady is Miss Lydia Languish. What think you of that, boy?
Languish. Is that the Langwishes of Worcestershire?
Worcestershire? Oh, fool! Did you not meet Mrs. Malaprop and her niece Miss Languish just before you were last ordered to your regiment?
Malaprop. Languish. No, I do not recall those names at all. Malaprop. Languish.
Damn you! Are you just going to stand there repeating names like a confounded parrot?
Lydia Languish, the red-haired girl. She squints, don't she?
Squints?
Oh, then it cannot be the same person.
Jack, what think you of blooming, love-breathing 17?
Of that, sir, I am indifferent. My only desire is to please you.
But Jack, such eyes, such eyes, so innocently wild, and not a glimpse but which kindles some thought of love. Then Jack, her cheeks, deeply blushing at the insinuations of her telltale eyes. Then Jack, her lips, smiling at their own discretion, and if not smiling, then,
Sir, which is to be mine? The niece or the aunt?
You unfeeling, insensible puppy! I despise you! When I was your age, such a description would have set me off like a rocket. The aunt, indeed. False life. When I ran away with your mother, I wouldn't have touched a woman old or ugly for the world.
But surely, sir, to please your father.
What? To please? Well, yes, of course, that would have been different. But you see, Jack, my father wasn't the mellow, reasonable, indulgent father that I am. But are you not pleased the girl is beautiful?
I repeat, sir, my aim is to please you. You hinted before about something about a hump or two and one eye. Whilst I admit to favouring a woman with a complete set of limbs and a limited quantity of back, and whilst one eye may be agreeable, prejudice has always run in favour of two.
I'm astounded, sir! You have all the passion of a stone, all the spirit of a block. I've a good mind to marry the girl myself.
Well, in that case, I shall take the art. I'm completely at your disposal.
Are you playing the hypocrite with me, Jack? I'm beginning to suspect that all this indifference is a lie. If I find you have been lying to me, boy, I shall never forgive you.
Sir, I am disappointed that my duty and respect should be so mistaken.
Oh, hang your duty and respect. Come along with me, I'll write a note to Mrs. Malaprop. Perhaps a visit to Miss Languish will spark a bit of life in you.
If it is your wish, sir.
Oh, enough of your fawning dog. Get you hence.
What detains Julia? Surely word that her love waits here in her own dressing room will be sufficient to send her immediately. Perhaps she refuses to see me. Perhaps she is ill. Oh, please, God, not that. Perhaps she is with another. Oh, such torture! I cannot bear it! Come, Falkland, contain yourself. Do not let these wild fancies rule your heart.
Falkland, I don't hope to see you again so soon. It cannot be an hour since you
I could not be content with our first meeting, constrained as we were by Sir Anthony's presence.
True, though I thought I detected a certain coldness in your manner.
'Twas but your fancy, Julia. I was relieved to see you and in such good spirits. What possible reason would I have for coldness?
And I'm happy to be mistaken.
Although I admit, my mood was somewhat dampened by your oafish neighbour, Squire Acres, dwelling much on the high spirits you enjoyed in Devonshire, on your mirth, your singing, your dancing, and I know not what.
Oh, Falkland, do not let the idle reports of a silly boor weigh so heavily. Never doubt my affection for you.
I am of course pleased that you enjoyed such... Oh, Julia, please say you did not sing with mirth. Please say you did not dance with such felicity. Please tell me you thought only of your poor fretful Falkland.
I can never be happy in your absence.
As ever, you are all goodness to me. Oh, I am such a brute, doubting your constancy.
If when I'm away from you I wear a smile, be content it is only for my friend's benefit. It is but a mask of levity. My heart is constant in its love and gratitude for you, dear Falkland.
Gratitude? Oh, how that word grates. Tell me honestly, Julia, are you certain that you have not mistaken gratitude for love?
Can a woman not be grateful to the man she loves?
Not if it is an obligation.
I see you are determined to be unkind. Falkland, I am under no obligation. You did indeed save my life, and I cannot reasonably be expected to deny gratitude. But you must believe me when I say my love for you has grown independently of that.
And yet I fear that if your heart had been freed from the debt, your love may have grown for another.
Well then try me now. Let my heart be free from what is past.
Oh, there now! So anxious for your heart to be free. What price constancy
Oh, you
now?
torture me to the core. I cannot bear it.
I do not mean to distress you. If I loved you less, I would not give you a moment's unease. But please listen to me, for all my fretful doubts arise from this fact. By their very nature, women are unable to identify the motives of their affections. Often the cold dictates of prudence, gratitude, or duty will be mistaken for love. I should not boast, but it is plainly true that I have no such motives governing my affections. But can it be so unreasonable for me to have doubts regarding yours?
You appear determined to insult me, and I shall leave you now to rejoice at your success. I gave you no cause for this.
Julia? Julia! Please stay but for a moment. Oh, by my poor soul. I can hear her sobbing. Oh, what a brute I am to use her thus! But stay. I think I hear her coming. Ah, how little resolution there is in a woman. Just a few soft words can turn her. No. No, I was mistaken. She is not coming. Julia, my love, please forgive me. Please come to me and say only that. Ah, now I hear her footsteps. Oh, I knew she would. No steadfastness in anything, no principles. I'll affect indifference. My love, I beseech you.
Sir!
Ah! Oh! Get out! Out, you damn scoundrel! Oh, cruel life! And yet I deserve it. To have quarrelled with her tenderness after so long an absence. 'Twas barbarous and unmanly. I shall take my leave. I'd be ashamed to see her now. I have lost her, as I always knew I would. Damn! Damn my mean, captious temper, damn! Oh, Falkland is forever damned!
Of course, your being the son of Sir Anthony would be sufficiently extortionate, but I can see from the ingenuity of your appearance that you wholly deserve this testudinery description.
If I might say so, madam, as I am yet to beat Miss Languish, my main motivation is the honour of being allied with Mrs. Malaprop, whose intellectual accomplishments, elegant manners, and unaffected learning are the talk of the town.
Oh, Captain Absolute, you overpower me with good breeding. Few gentlemen these days appreciate the ineffectual fruits of a woman. They have eyes only for the worthless flower of beauty.
But like the orange tree, Mrs. Malaprop displays both fruits and flowers simultaneously.
Oh, he is the very pineapple of politeness. But Captain Absolute, you must be aware that this giddy girl, Lydia, has set her affections on this strolling beggarly ensign, whom none of us have seen or indeed knows anything of.
So I have heard, but I am not prejudiced against her on that account, I can assure you.
You are very considerate. Ever since I exploded the affair, I've exhausted her never to think of the fellow again. But my conjunctions are wasted on her.
Yes, it must be very distressing.
Oh, it gives me the hydrostatics to such a degree. Only this morning I intercepted this note from him.
My last note. Treacherous Lucy.
But perhaps you recognise the handwriting.
It does seem rather familiar.
But read it, Captain.
My dearest darling Lydia. Very tender words, madam. I am extremely alarmed by your news, especially as my rival
That's you, sir.
is universally known as accomplished gentleman and man of honour. Oh, well,
But read on, sir.
As for the weather-beaten old she-dragon who guards you, who could he possibly mean by that?
Me, sir. Me. He means me.
Impudent wretch. I am told that the same ridiculous vanities that make her dress up her coarse features and pepper her dull chat with words she doesn't understand.
There, sir. He cast a dispersion upon my language. Was there ever such a brute?
He deserves to be hanged and quartered, ma'am. Same ridiculous vanities.
You need not read it again, sir.
I beg your pardon. Leave her so open to flattery that I will soon ingratiate myself with the old harridan and gain her consent to see you.
Ha! So he thinks he can evade my vigilance by flattery, does he?
He clearly underestimates the resourcefulness of your powerful intellect, ma'am.
Oh, do you really think so?
But perhaps I might see the young lady for a moment?
Of course, Captain. But she is so obsolete she will probably refuse to see you.
Well, just tell her Beverly is here and that'll bring her running.
An excellent idea, sir. The little hussy deserves to be duped. She will think that scoundrel Beverly has persuaded me to let him see her. Lydia? Oh, the shameless wretch refuses to hear me. But no matter. I shall fetch her down immediately, Captain. Or should I say, Ensign?
Too soon, I think, to throw off my disguise, knowing as I do my dear Lydia's caprice. I fear I may lose her if I reveal my true identity now.
Beverly? Oh, heavens!
Hush, my dear, not so loud.
I'm so astonished and so overjoyed. How came you here?
Simple. I heard that my rival would be arriving today and have duped her aunt into believing that I am he.
Oh, how charming and so romantic. She really thinks you are young Absolute?
She is convinced. But let us not fritter away our precious moments talking about your aunt. Who knows when we may speak again? When can I free you from this duress? When can we make our escape?
Beverly, are you really willing to forfeit my fortune?
Your beauty and your love are the only riches I desire.
Oh, how persuasive are his words. How completely charming poverty will be with him. The idle threats of my ridiculous aunt are meaningless to me. Let her choice be the Captain Absolute, but Beverly will always be mine.
Why, you impudent wretch! There's the poor man on his knees begging for pity, and you say that to his face. I can only apologise, Captain Absolute, for her shocking rudeness.
I can only hope, aunt, that in time the young lady...
Oh, there's little hope for her. She is as headstrong as an allegation on the banks of the Nile.
What do you charge me with now?
Did you not just tell this gentleman to his face that you loved another?
No, madam, I did not.
Lydia, lying does not become a young woman. I distinctly heard you say that you loved that wastrel Beverly.
And so it is true, my heart will always belong to Beverly.
Oh, hush, Vixen, such rudeness.
Madam, let the girl speak. It does not hurt me at all, I can assure you.
You are too good, Captain, too amiably patient. Come, huzzy, take a graceless leave of the gentleman. Let us see you again soon, Captain.
May every blessing rest on Beverly, my beloved
Ah, David. Do you not think I look the part?
You are indeed quite something else, Master.
Dress does make a difference, David.
It certainly made a difference to you. I'm sure nobody would recognise you back at Cloddles, sir. How the dogs would bark at such a sight.
David, you are of the common stock. You have no understanding of the finer points of fashion. There is nothing like polishing.
That's what I say of your boots, master. But the boy never listens.
But David, will you call on Mr. de la Grasse, the dancing master? I must rub up on my balancing and chasing and boring.
I will, sir.
Oh, and see if there are any letters for me at the post office.
I will. By the mass. I can't help looking at your head. If I had not been present at the cooking, I should never have recognised the dish.
Sink, slide, obey. Sink. Confound the first inventors of cotillions, that's what I say. They're like algebra to us country gentlemen. Oh, I can walk a minuet easy enough, if pushed. And I've been accounted a good stick at a country dance. But these outlandish Alaman, these are quite beyond me. I shall never pass round.
Sir Lucius O'Trigger to wait on you, sir.
Send him.
Mr. Akers, delight to see you.
And I you, Sir Lucius.
Hey, my friend, what brings you to Bath?
Well, I followed Cupid's jack-o'-lantern and found myself in a quagmire. In short, Sir Lucius, I have been very ill-used. I don't choose to mention names, but look on me as a very ill-used gentleman.
Tell me more. I ask no names.
Well, I fall as deep as needs be in love with a young lady. Her friends take my part, I follow her to Bath, send word of my arrival, and receive word that the lady is to be otherwise disposed of. This I call being very ill-used.
Very ill indeed. What was the cause of her change of heart?
Ah, she has another lover, one Beverley, who I'm told is at this moment in Bath.
Ah, a rival in the cases there. And you feel he has supplanted you unfairly?
Unfairly? To be sure he has. He never could have done it fairly.
Then sure, you know it has to be done.
No, not
We wear no swords here, but you understand me?
What? What, fight him?
To be sure, what else can I mean?
But he's given me no provocation.
On the contrary, I think he's given you the greatest provocation in the world. Can a man commit a more heinous offence against another man than fall in love with the same woman? Upon my soul, it's the most unpardonable breach of friendship.
Breach of friendship? Aye. But I never met this man before in my life.
Breach of friendship with a stranger? That's even worse.
Oh, that's true. Oh, Sir Lucius, I grow full of anger. I fire apace. But do you think I have right on my side?
Right! What's right got to do with it where I was concerned? Do you think Achilles or Alexander the Great ever inquired with the right lane? No. They drew their swords and let the lazy sons of peace wave out justice. Your honour, man! Your honour!
Oh, you're right. Oh, triggers and flints, I'll challenge him directly.
Come now, there must be no passion in the case. These things must be done civilly.
Oh, but I must be in a passion, Sir Lucius. I must be in a rage. Please let me be in a rage. Oh, come, here's pen and paper. Ooh, I wish the ink were red. Indict, I say, indict. How shall I begin?
Pray, contain yourself, man.
Shall I begin with an oath? Oh, please, Sir Lucius, let me begin with a damn.
When you challenge a man, it must be done civilly, like a true Christian. Begin, sir.
Oh, that's too civil by half.
To prevent the confusion that might arise.
Confusion that might arise.
From our both addressing the same lady.
Ah, there's the reason. Same lady.
I expect the honour of your company.
Odds life, I'm not inviting him to dinner.
Pray, be easy.
Oh, your company.
To settle our dispute.
Dispute. Yes.
Let me think. Kingsmead's Fields. In Kingsmead's Fields.
Means fields. There. I shall fold it presently. My own crest, a hand and dagger shall be the seal.
You see now, this arrangement will prevent any further misunderstanding or confusion between you both.
Oh, we fight and we prevent any misunderstanding.
I'll leave you to fix your own time. But if you take my advice, you'll get it settled this evening. That way, whatever the outcome, I'll be up in mind tomorrow. Aye. I'd gladly give myself the honour of carrying your message, but I'd like to into a little secret. I may have to deal with a similar matter myself. You see, there's a gentleman here in Bath. I mean, a joke! At the expense of me and my country. Yes, I see this captain. I'll call him out.
By my valour, I should like to see you fight first, if only to get a little lesson.
Oh, I should be very proud to instruct you, Mr. Akers. But remember, we kill a man. Do it decently, in a mild and agreeable manner. No passion, Mr. Akers. No passion.
Sir, I would do no such thing. Nobody in the world would make me fight if I hadn't a mind to. I mean, what would your mother say?
David, if you'd heard Sir Lucius speak, his fine words would have roused even your valour.
That they would not. Sir Lucius O'Trinker is nothing but a bloodthirsty rogue.
But David, I must protect my honour.
I would much rather my honour protected me. I mean, what use is your honour if you get shot and you go to the worms?
A gentleman's honour follows him to the grave.
And that is one place a gentleman could do without it.
David, you have no understanding of valour. I mean, what of the family name? Would you have me disgrace my ancestors?
The best way to please your ancestors would be to stay out of their company. They were good enough people, but I would be in no hurry to make their acquaintance.
But David, you don't think there's such a very, very, very great danger, do you? I mean, people often fight with no mischief done.
Sir, this is no boxing match. It is a deadly fight with pistols and blades against a soldier for whom these are the tools of his trade. I'd say the odds are 10 to 1 against you.
Odds, trigger and flint, you shan't make me afraid. Here is the challenge, and I've sent for my dear friend Jack Absolute to deliver it for me.
Oh, let it be your messenger, for I will not carry it for all the gold in the kingdom. It has the look of death about it, the blood-red seal like a bullet through your fair brow. I do believe it carries the whiff of gunpowder.
Ah! I stared at the boss in my hand!
Get out! Cowardly wretch! Don't become my valour to associate with such a poltroon.
Well, heaven grant we be all alive this time tomorrow.
What's that?
Goodbye, master.
Oh, get out! Vile sheep-handed milksop. If I hadn't the valour of St. George and the dragon to...
Steady, Bob! You'll cause an injury.
Just what I've a mind to do.
What?
There.
To Ensign Beverley, oh, what now? What's this?
Challenge.
Indeed, why, you won't fight him, will you, Bob?
Gad, but I will, Jack. Sir Lucius has wrought me to it, and I shall fight this evening so that so much good passion shouldn't be wasted.
And what am I to do with this?
Well, I thought, as you know something of this man Beverley, you could seek him out and deliver this mortal defiance.
I guarantee he will get it.
You're very kind. You sure it's no trouble, Jack?
No trouble at all, I can assure you.
What it is to have a friend. You couldn't be my second when I fight Beverley, could you, Jack?
Why, Bob, I think in this case that would be quite improper.
I shall ask my friend Sir Lucius. Still, I will have your good wishes, won't I, Jack?
Whenever you see Beverley, I will be there. Believe me.
Sir Anthony Absolute is below, asking for the captain, sir.
Tell him I will come instantly. Well, my little hero, I wish you every success.
If Beverley should ask what sort of a man your friend Akers is, you tell him I'm a devil of a fellow. Will you do that, Jack?
I will. I will say you're the most determined dog, eh, Bob?
Aye, because if that frightens him, then perhaps he may not come. So, you better tell him I kill a man a week.
I will. I will say, in the country, you are called Fighting Bob.
Aye, for I don't wish to take his life if I can clear my eye.
Very decent of you, Bob.
Well, you don't wish me to kill him, do you, Jack?
Certainly not. Still, devil of a fellow, eh?
Oh, yeah. And Jack, you might also add that you've never seen me in such a rage. A most murderous rage.
I will.
Remember, Jack. Determined dog.
Aye, aye, fighting Bob.
But I can't see why you would object to him. Is he not a handsome man? Is he not genteel? Is he not a pretty figure of a man?
She just knows who she is praising. Beverly is dashing, Beverly is romantic, and Beverly's figure
Oh,
is...
they are not your juxtaposition. It don't become a young lady to go positioning jugs. Captain Absolute is a fine gentleman.
The Captain you seem certainly is.
He is so well bred, so cultivated, so refluent in his speech, and so noble in his bearing, he looks quite the partition. When I first saw him, it brought to mind what Hamlet says in the play. Hypochondria's curls, the frontage of Jove himself, a Martian eye to threaten and command, a station like Harold Mercury. Something about kissing on a hill. Anyhow, I was stricken by the similarity.
Sir Anthony and Captain Absolute are below, ma'am.
Show them up.
This will be interesting.
Lydia, I insist on you behaving as becomes a young woman. Show your good breeding at least, even if you've forgotten your duty.
Madam, I have told you that I will not speak to the man, nor even look at him.
Here we are, Mrs. Malaprop. Come to lighten the frowns of unrelenting beauty. I'm sure I don't know what's the matter with this fellow today. If I hadn't held him fast, I think he'd have given me the slip.
I'm ashamed to say that the manners of my niece make any gentleman a reluctant visitor. Lydia, stand at once and pay your respects to Sir Anthony and Captain Absolute.
I hope, madam, that Miss Languish, having had the opportunity to reflect, has come to appreciate the worth of this gentleman. Speak to the girl, Jack.
Devil shall I do? You see, Miss Languish will not speak nor look at me whilst you are here. I knew this would be the case. Perhaps if you were to leave us alone together...
Certainly not.
Why has my aunt not reacted? I mean, surely she could see this is not the Captain that called previously. Perhaps his uniform is the same as Beverly's. She's rather short-sighted. So.
I regret to say, Sir Anthony, that I have but little effluence over my niece. Lydia, turn round, you're embarrassing me.
Why don't you begin, Jack? Then perhaps we can discover the reason for the girl's objection. Speak, you damn puppy, speak.
Objection? How could she possibly object to the Captain?
Jack, you are trying my patience. Unlock your jaws this instant, or by the devil.
Will Miss Languish not lend an ear to the mild accents of love? Will she not?
I said speak, not croak like a confounded frog.
My affection for Lady Jones.
I'll tell you, I'll choke you if you don't. I'll give you a thrashing to boot.
Lydia, it is I, but suppress your surprise at seeing.
Beverly? How can this be, my Beverly?
'Tis all over.
On my soul, the girl's gone mad. This is all the result of her reading.
By my conscience, I believe it is so. What are you talking about, hussy? This is Captain Absolute. You met him not so long ago.
Either the girl has lost her mind, or this fellow's been playing a rogue's trick. Come here, sir. What the devil are you?
Faith, sir, I'm not quite clear myself.
Well, are you my son, or are you not?
Sir, I have that honour. And Mrs. Malaprop, I am your most respectful admirer. I am also, as my dear Lydia claims, Ensign Beverly. For knowing her unique taste and temperament, I admit that I adopted that name and station to win her heart.
So there should be no elopement after all.
Why, Jack, you are an impudent dog. I never saw such self-assurance in my life.
Thank you, sir. You flatter me.
Well, you're not the dull, insensible vile that I took you for. You've made a fool of your father. I'm glad I am of it. So, this is your penitence, is it? Your obedience? Thought the change was damned quick. The languishes of Worcestershire. You villain. She squints, don't she? A little red-haired girl. You rascal, Jack.
Ah, I'm becoming cohesive. The fact is, Captain, that it was you who wrote those letters.
Indeed, madam.
So it is you I have to thank for that soup bouquet, old weather-beaten she-dragon.
Oh, madam, what I meant to say
Oh,
was...
come, Mrs. Malaprop. You must forgive and forget. Come. You villain. We must leave the young lovers alone together. They long to fly into each other's arms, I warrant.
Well, Sir Anthony, if it is your desire, I shall of course be commodious to your wishes.
Now, Mrs. Malaprop, will not disturb their tenderness a moment longer. Permit me, ma'am.
Why so sudden, Lydia?
Sir?
Lydia, my love, is it not a happy circumstance that we now have the consent of my father and your aunt?
Consent! I hate consent.
Come, my dear, we must put aside a little romance and endure some wealth and comfort. When the lawyers have made settlements on your...
Lawyers! I hate lawyers.
You are right, my dear. We shall not wait for their letters and delays. We shall procure a license instantly.
License! I hate license.
Lydia, my dear, be not so unkind.
When you know I am forced to have you.
Nay, madam, there is no duress, for if I have lost your heart, I forfeit everything.
You only gained my heart through a mean, unmanly imposition. One that deserves the punishment of fraud. You've been treating me like a child. Fuming my romance. And laughing, I suppose, at your success.
You wrong me, Lydia.
So while I fondly imagine we were deceiving my relations, and flatter myself that I would outwit them, and I found my hopes to be crushed by my aunt's consent, and it is I who have been duped. Here, sir, is a locket with Beverley's picture that I have worn close to my breast night and day, despite threats and entreaties. There, sir, and be assured I throw a subject from my heart just as easily.
I too carry a likeness of my love close to my heart always. And although the image cannot equal your beauty, I cannot find it in my heart to part with it.
'Tis your own doing, sir. I hope you're satisfied.
Satisfied? This is better than being in love. There is at least some spirit in a quarrel, and little consequence in a score of broken promises. Quarrelling is romantic, isn't it? Isn't that what you read in your damn forbidden novels?
There is no bearing his insolence!
We must interrupt your bidding and cooing for a while.
This is worse than your treachery and deceit, you base ingrate!
Some billing and cooing this is. What the devil's the matter now?
Ask the lady, sir.
Oh, mercy, I am quite conflagrated. Lydia, what is the meaning of this?
Ask the gentleman, ma'am.
Don't put me in a rage.
I merely say the lady can explain it better than I.
Madam, you commanded me once never to think of this Beverley again. Well, there is the man. I now obey you, for from this moment on, I renounce him forever.
What on earth caused this transpiration? Why, Captain, I do hope you haven't behaved disrespectfully towards my niece.
I see it now. You've been too lively, Jack.
Sir, I can assure you.
No need for excuses. Your father, you rogue, was so before you.
Sir, I
The
protest.
Absolute was always impatient. You've frightened poor Lydia. Ah, you dog. But Mrs. Malaprop understands, don't you, madam? She'll soothe poor Lydia. Oh, you villain, come along.
Sir Anthony! Captain Absolute!
Officers, always in one's way in love affairs. Oh, a married lady, Dorothy Carmine. We're not for some rogue of a major who ran away with her first. What does the women say about a red cloth anyway? Ha ha ha. Isn't this the captain coming now? Faith, it is. What? Who's he talking to?
This is no reward for all my schemes. Damn hussy and her romances. I never thought she'd be so absurd. Never been in a worse humour in my life. Cut my own throat or somebody else's.
With regard to that matter, Captain, I must beg to differ in opinion with you.
Don't believe I was offering an opinion.
That's a poor excuse. For a man may think untrue as well as speak one.
Surely if a man doesn't utter his thoughts, he avoids controversy.
So we disagree about that too.
Sir Lucius, were it not the fact that you were a gentleman, I'd be thinking you were determined to quarrel with me.
Thank you for being so quick on the uptake, Captain. That is indeed where I'm at.
Very well, but I beg you to explain your motives.
Wouldn't wish to spoil the quarrel by explaining it, sir. Let me just say this. This last week, you caused an affront to me and my country. So let us not quibble any longer. Name your time and place.
Very well, if you're so bent on it, the sooner the better. This evening here, in the Spring Gardens, then we will not be interrupted.
Quite. For an interruption in such matters, such a great ill breeding. I cannot understand why in England, two gentlemen may enjoy a little peace and quiet to find a duel without somebody interfering. However, may I request we meet in King's Meads Fields instead? I have some other business to attend to there this evening. It saved me a great deal of time to dispatch both matters at once.
It is all the same to me. A little after 6 then.
Excellent. Small swords, I think. We shan't have the light for a long shot.
So be it. Falkland, I was just going to look for you. I need your assistance.
Of course. What is the matter?
As if one wound to my heart wasn't enough, I have now been threatened with another.
So Lydia did not rejoice in the discovery that Beverley and Absolute are one and the same?
No, and now some good-natured Irishman has begged leave to have the pleasure of cutting my throat.
What?
Due to some affront which I swear I never intended, Sir Lucius O'Trigger has obliged me to meet him this evening at 6 o'clock. You'll come with me?
This evening? Oh, I wish it had been some other time. I have a rather important matter which I must attend to.
Oh, I'm sorry my death will be an inconvenience to you.
Please forgive me. I am somewhat distressed at a quarrel that I have had with Julia. My vile, tormenting temper has made me treat her so cruelly that I will not be myself until we are reconciled.
Goodness sake, Falkland, you don't deserve her.
She has sent me this note, but I fear to open it.
My dearest Falkland, as I am sure your own reflections have chastised you for your unkindness towards me, I will not add another word to the subject. However, I wish to see you as soon as possible. Yours ever truly, Julia. Why, man, you don't seem any the happier.
Oh, I am, but...
Confound your butts! You no sooner hear something that would make another man bless himself than you damn it with a butt!
But, Jack, don't you think there is something rather indelicate in this haste to forgive? Surely it is not a woman's place to seek reconciliation. Surely her pardon, like her love, should be fought for and won.
I do not have the patience to speak to you about this any further. I have some matters I must settle. Be at my lodgings just before 6.
Fought for and won. That's it. A duel. Oh, well, perhaps not a duel, but rather the threat of such an affray. Let that be the test of Julia's sincerity. My doubts will be banished forever, or proven sound. In which case, I shall leave her as a toy for some less cautious fool to sigh for.
How this message has alarmed me. What dreadful accident can he mean? Falkland, how many unhappy hours, how many tears you have cost me. Falkland, what is this?
Alas, Julia, I have come to say a long farewell.
Heavens, what do you mean?
You see before you a wretch whose life is forfeited. The infirmity of my temper has brought this misery upon me. When I left you, I was fretful and distraught. An untoward accident drew me into a violent quarrel which resulted... Well, the event is that I must fly from this kingdom instantly.
Oh, Falkland, this cannot be true.
Alas, it is. Oh, Julia, had I been so fortunate as to have called you mine entirely, before this mischance had befallen me, I should not so deeply dread my banishment.
Oh, then chase from your heart every shred of cold doubt, and be assured of the warm sincerity of my love. Let us fly the kingdom together, and when safe in pursuit we shall seek a priest, and I will become the legal partner of your sorrows, and your tenderest comforter.
Oh, but Julia, there is no time. It would forego so much, and the only compensation I can offer is my love.
Oh, but I ask for no time, not a moment. I ask only to be with you, my love. But come, let us not linger, for even this delay may put you in danger.
Julia, I have proven you to the quick. I cast away all my doubts.
Good, but come, we must make haste.
No need, my love. No need.
But why? Falkland, that violent quarrel you just related to me did not actually occur, did it?
No, my love. I am ashamed to admit it was pretended. A mere device. Oh, but what freedom it has afforded me. My fears and doubts are gone, and I am ready to make amends for my past follies with years of tender adoration.
Hold, Falkland. That you are free from a crime I fear to name, heaven knows how sincerely I rejoice. These are tears of thankfulness for that. But that your cruel doubts have urged you to an imposition that has wrung my heart, gives me now a pain more keen than I can express.
Oh, by heavens, Julia!
I see now it is not of your nature to be content or confident in love. Well, I can no longer contend with your spiteful doubts and scrutiny. I would never be yours.
Julia, but now
not
say
another
no.
word. I have given you my love. I will not and cannot give it to another. I shall pray for your happiness, and for heaven to release you from that wretched temper that has lost you the love of one who would have willingly forfeited everything, just to walk by your side.
She is gone. Forever. There was an awful resolution in her manner which riveted me to the spot. Oh, fool! Don't, barbarian! Oh, Fortune sent me an angel, and I have driven her away. But I must await my appointment. Well, my troubled mind is suited to such a scene. I only wish it was I who was to suffer the fatal blow!
Where is she? Although he has used me badly, I have to admit that Captain Absolute will not leave my mind. I've no doubt a lecture from my sensible cousin will probably return him to my favour. Oh, my dearest Julia, I come to you with such an appetite for consolation. What's the matter with you? You've been crying. I'll be hanged if that Falkland has not been tormenting you again. Not at all, you are quite mistaken. Well, whatever your vexation, I'm sure mine surpasses it. Do you know who Beverley proves to be? I have to admit to you, Lydia, that Falkland told me of the whole affair. Do you not think I would have discouraged you had Beverley been real? So, then I see I've been deceived by everyone. I don't care, I would never have him!
Lydia.
Why? Is it not provoking? Just when I thought we were coming to the most romantic denouement, I now find myself being haggled over like a cow at Smithfield. I have planned the most sentimental elopement, so becoming a disguise, such an amiable ladder of ropes, a conscious moon, 4 horses and a Scotch parson, with such a surprise for Mrs. Malaprop and such paragraphs in the newspapers, or I shall die of disappointment.
I wouldn't be at all surprised.
Now what do I have to look forward to? A bishop's licence? My aunt's blessing to go simpering up the aisle? Or to have our banns read 3 times in a country church so some unmannerly fat clerk can seek the consent of every butcher in the parish to join John Absolute and Lydia Languish, spinster? But I should live to hear myself called spinster.
Mortifying indeed.
The effort I had to go to in order to gain half a minute's conversation with him. How often did I steal forth on the coldest of January nights to find him frozen in the garden? He would kneel in the snow and cough and sneeze so pathetically. Him shivering with cold and me with excitement. And while the icy wind numbed our joints, how warmly we would glow with mutual ardour. Do you know that was something like being in love?
Lydia, if I were in better spirits, I would laugh at you. But my present mood will only allow me to chide you and beg you not to lose through your folly a man who sincerely loves you.
Where are they?
Oh, my aunt here.
Oh, mercy upon us! Rapiers, sabres, framboises and cat's badgers in the field. There's bound to be a catacresis.
Madam, what is it?
This scallion will tell you 'twas she who revealed the fundaments. Let me sit down, I feel quite hypothetical.
Well, speak, girl. If you please, madam, it's my master.
And my master, if it pleases madam.
Oh, we're not against each other.
Oh no, not against each other.
For heaven's sake, what's the matter?
Why, murder's the matter, slaughter's the matter, killing's the matter. But she will tell you the perpendiculars.
Tell me now, but please be brief.
My master
And my master.
are in very great danger.
Indeed.
For they are to take up arms and fight.
But not against each other.
Oh, no, not each other.
And who's your master?
Captain Jack Absolute.
What? No!
Oh, now you are frightened.
Oh, who's with them?
my master Squire Acres, and Mr. Falkland.
Oh, mercy, madam, we must go and put a stop to this.
Oh, that would be most improper. We would only protagonise the situation.
Oh, Mrs. Malaprop, I fear for the lives of both my poor master and his dear friends. That Sir Lucius O'Trigger is such a bloodthirsty devil.
Sir Lucius O'Trigger? You mean they have dragged poor dear Sir Lucius into this alteration? Why did you not tell me? Were we standing here predestinating? Come, Drudge, lead us to the field of honour. Do you know the spot?
Indeed I do, madam. David, you fetch Sir Anthony and bring him there.
Or seen on the streets of Bath and causes as much panic as a mad dog. Typical of Falkland, never punctual. I'll have to go on without him. Oh Lord, here comes my father. How shall I escape him?
Jack, is that you?
Oh, you do not believe I've had the honour, sir. My name is Sanderson, at your service.
I beg your pardon, sir. From the distance, I took you to be my son. Jack, it is you. What tricks are you up to now, you dog?
Joke, sir. Actually, I was just looking for you.
Why were you... What are you all muffled up like that for?
Don't you think the evening air is a bit chilly? I thought it was decidedly cool. Anyway, you must excuse me. I have a very urgent engagement.
Wait. Why were you looking for me? Where are you going,
Looking
Jack?
for you?
Yes. Why were you looking for me?
And
Where are you going?
Where am I going?
Yes, where are you going?
Where am I going?
Don't provoke me, you unmannerly puppy!
Well, I was going to Lydia. Yes, I was going to see Lydia to see if I could make up matters with her if I could.
Then why were you looking for me?
I was looking for you to
go with you. Well, come along, then.
but do you think you should be out on such a chilly evening? You may catch a cold.
Cold? What nonsense you talk, boy.
Consider your gout, sir.
My gout is my business. Come on. Hey, what's that you got there under your cloak?
Nothing, a trinket, a gift for Lydia.
Well, let's see your taste. Ah, some trinket. What are you going to do? Cut her throat?
Most amusing, sir.
Well?
Oh, well, the reason I have the sword, the reason I have the sword is because, well, you know how romantically inclined Lydia is, devilishly romantic, sir. Well, I thought that if she refused to forgive me, I would take out the sword and threaten to fall on its point and expire at her feet.
Well, any woman in her right mind would tell you to cut away and be quick about it. But then she isn't in her right mind, is she? She's had her head turned by all that damned reading. Well, get along with you, boy. Good luck.
Stop him!
Good evening, sir.
Oh, Sir Anthony, why didn't you stop him?
Stop whom? Stop Jack?
Yes, the captain, sir.
Why, what's the matter?
Murder, sir. Murder and slaughter, if you be pleased, sir.
No, I won't be pleased. Who's been murdered?
There'll be all sorts of fighting and murder and slaughter if you don't stop them.
Why, who is fighting?
My master, Squire Acres, your son, the captain, and Sir Lucius O'Trigger.
Oh, that dog. Now I know what he's up to with his damn trinket. Do you know the way?
Kingsmead Field, sir.
Well, lead on. The lying villain. Put me in such a frenzy. If he wants a fight, we'll see how he likes it when I box his ears.
By my valour, Sir Lucius, I reckon 40 yards is a good distance.
Aye, for firing cannon. My word, Mr. Acres. You must leave these things to me. There. That's a good distance. A gentleman's distance.
Oh, love, we might as well fight in the sentry box. I tell you, Sir Lucius, I would aim better if he were much further off.
Better still, if you were completely out of sight. Eh?
No, but I reckon 40 or 80, 30 yards.
Nonsense. 3 or 4 feet between the mouths of your pistols is as good as a mile.
There's no merit in me killing him so near. I'll bring him down with a long shot.
I'll be for the gentleman's friend and I to decide. But tell me, Mr. Acres, in case of an accident. What would be your will?
I'm sorry, Sir Lucius, I don't understand.
If you should take an unlucky bullet to the head, there'd be no time to be discussing family matters now, would it?
Unlucky bullet?
Would you rather be pickled in a barrel and sent home? Or would it be all the same for you to be buried here in the Abbey grounds?
Pickled? In a barrel? Oh, Sir Lucius, don't talk so.
Oh, Mr. Akers, have you ever been in an affair of this kind before?
No, that I haven't.
That's a pity. There's nothing like being prepared. Tell me, how would you receive a gentleman's shot?
Oh, no, I practiced that. There, a side front. I'll make myself a small enough target or stand edgeways.
No, you're quite wrong. For you see, when I take my aim...
That's like the Lucius, are you sure it's not cocked?
Never fear.
But it may go off.
Oh, be easy. Come on. But you see, if my bullet hits you in the body, it has double a chance. But if it misses a vital part on the left-hand side, it's more than likely to hit one on the right.
Vital part?
But if you present yourself so, let him see the broad side, or your full front, a ball or two may pass. Clean through you. You do hardly any harm at all.
Clean through me? A ball or two clean through me?
Aye, it's also the most genteel attitude.
I'd just as soon get shot in an awkward posture as a genteel one. So I'll stand edgeways.
Surely you don't mean to disappoint us. Ah, no. They're coming now.
What? Coming?
Aye. Over yonder. Coming over the stile.
There are two of them. Well, let them come. We won't run, eh, Sir Lucius?
Run!
No! I say we won't run.
What devil's the matter with you?
Nothing, Sir Lucius. I just don't feel quite as bold as I did.
Aye. Consider your honour, man.
Aye, my honour. Oh, Sir Lucius, if I were with you, I should almost feel afraid. I can feel my valour slipping away. Listen, I can feel it oozing out of the palms of my hands.
Well, hold fast to it. They're approaching.
Oh no, Sir Lucius, my valour, it's going. It's slipping, it's sneaking off.
Your honour, man! Your honour!
Oh, I wish I was safe on my father.
Gentlemen, you're most obedient. Ah, Captain Absolute, I see you have, like myself, come first to support your friend before proceeding on to matters on your own account.
Jack? Oh, Jack! Oh, my dear friend, Jack!
Well, Mr. Akers, it's good to see you greet the gentleman with civility. Mr. Beverley, if you'd like to choose your weapons, the captain and I will measure the ground.
My weapon, sir?
Oh, it's like I'm not going to fight Mr. Falkland. These are my particular friends.
But sir, did you not come here to fight Mr. Akers?
No, sir, I did not.
Well, this is most disappointing. But as you're here, I assume you won't spoil the evening by sitting out.
Yes, Falkland, fight to oblige Sir Lucius, won't you?
Now, look, it seems there's no occasion for me to fight after all. So if it's all the same to you, I'll bear my disappointment like a Christian and leave well alone.
Look here, Mr. Akers. I will not be trifled with. You certainly challenged somebody, and you came here to fight him. And if this gentleman is willing to represent him, I can't see what difference it makes.
No, I challenged one Beverley. A cowardly fellow who obviously dare not show his face. If he were here, I'd make him give up his pretensions directly.
Hold, Bob, let me put you right. There is no such man as Beverley. The person who assumed that name stands before you now. And as my pretensions are the same as his, I'll be willing to defend them any way you please.
Well, now this is fortunate. Now you have the opportunity to.
What? Quarrel with my dear friend Jack? Absolute never.
Well, it seems I must settle a matter myself. My word, Mr. Akers, your valour has certainly oozed away with a vengeance.
Not in the least. I'll most happily be your second, and if you should take an unlucky bullet in the brains, I'll find you a nice plot in the abbey or have you pickled in a barrel with the greatest of pleasure.
You little better than coward.
What? Did you hear that, gentleman? Coward, he called me. Well, it's not that I mind the word coward. Coward could be said as a joke. Or if you called me a poltroon,
well,
I should have thought you were a very ill-bred man.
You're beneath my notice.
Come, Sir Lucius, you couldn't ask for a better second than my friend Akers. Why, he's the most determined dog. In the country, they call him Fighting Bob, where he generally kills a man a week. Don't you, Bob?
Well,
Ah, come then, Captain. Let us begin. Will you give up your pretensions to the lady?
Let this be my reply.
Stop! Sir Anthony!
Jack, put up your sword this instant, or I shall be in such a frenzy. How came you to be in a duel, sir?
The gentleman called me out without explaining his reasons.
God, sir, how came you to call out my son without explaining your reasons?
Your son, sir, insulted me in a manner which my honour could not brook.
Ah, Jack, how dare you insult this gentleman in a manner which his honour could not brook?
Come, come, gentlemen. Let's have no more honour. There are ladies present. Captain Absolute, how could you frighten us so? Poor Lydia was putrefied.
For fear I might be killed or escape, Mum.
Make no delusions to past events, Captain. Lydia, speak, child.
With your permission, ma'am, I believe I can put a word in here. I believe I know the reason for the young lady's reluctance.
Sir, what can you mean?
Come now, Delia. We must be serious. This is no time for trifling.
Exactly so, sir. Which is why I must offer Captain Absolute my hand and beg the return of his affections.
Dear my angel. Sir Lucius, I believe there has been a number of misunderstandings. And if I have caused you some affront, I swear it was unintentional and will gladly apologise to you. But if I have won the acceptance of this lady, I will defend that claim against any man.
Well said, Jack, and I'll stand with you, my boy.
Mine, I give up my claim. If I can't get a wife without fighting for her, I'll stay a bachelor.
Captain, give me your hand. For an affront handsomely acknowledged is readily forgiven. As for the young lady, if she chooses to deny her own handwriting,
Oh Lord, he'll reveal my Billy Ducks. Sir Lucius, allow me to
please,
illuminate.
old gentlewoman, don't interfere where you have no business. Come now, my dear. Are you my Delia, or are you not?
Indeed, sir, I am not.
Sir Lucius O'Trigger, I must divulge. That particular non sequitur is mine. I am your Delia.
You, Delia. Fool. Be easy.
Why, you barbarous macaroon, those letters were written by my own fair hand.
Come, Sir Lucius, you have won your Delia after all.
What was it the bard said? Crabbed age and youth cannot live together.
What does he mean?
Now it is only my good friend Fighting Bob I'm provided for.
Yes, little matter, come and make your fortune.
No, that I won't.
Sir Anthony, I thought you at least were a gentleman. Will you stand by and let these ruffians bargain for me like a lamb taken to the market?
But Mrs. Malaprop, nobody appears to be bidding.
Well,
Oh, come, Mrs. Malaprop, don't be downcast. You're still in your bloom.
Falkland. Oh, thank heavens you were safe. I was so afraid I would never see you again.
Oh, Julia, I thought that you... Oh, how can I dream for that which I deserve so little? And yet hope is the child of penitence.
Your treatment of me has been cruel, but although my head demands resentment, my heart refuses it.
Now, what's going on here? You two have been quarrelling too, I warrant. Come, Julia. I've never interfered before, but let me have a hand in the matter now. All the faults I've ever seen in my friend Falkland seem to stem entirely from his affection for you. His spirit has been broken by all the doubts and fears he manufactured in his own mind. Marry him directly. You'll find he'll mend soon enough.
Well said, Sir Anthony. Come, Sir Lucius, give me your hand. Let us forget and forgive. Jack, Miss Lydia, I wish you well. Mr. Falkland and Miss Melville the same. Now, to show you I'm neither vexed nor angry, I'll order the fiddles to the new rooms in half an hour. Odds, tabors and pipes, we shall dance and make merry.
Gad, sir, I like your spirit. And we single lads will drink a toast to the young couples. And a husband for Mrs. Malaprop.
Hey! Really?
Come, Mrs. Malaprop. Allow me. Lead on, Mr. Akers.
And so, all ends as well as one could wish for Captain Jack and his languish. For Falkland and his dear Miss Julia. Kind of love that's most peculiar. And though Mr. Akers didn't gain a wife, he has at least retained his life. And did Delia lose through this debacle? Of course, Sir Anthony's eye to sparkle. There is one thing of which I'm sure. A maid's life I'll no more endure. I need no viscounts, lords or earls. A heavy purse. A string of pearls are all I need for my survival. No husband, beau or petty rival shall take the spoils of my deception. I wish you all, without exception, good night, farewell. My work is done. Time for me to have some fun.
But Lucy, it seems you have a minute. One you thought you had outwitted. But now I've heard your true confession of thievery and transgression. Of how you relieved those wealthy fools. Silver, trinkets, gold, and jewels. It seems to me, despite your plans, your life is really in my hands. So shall I march you to the gallows tree? Or let you live? And set you free? Well, now we come to the heart of the matter. For my reward to do the latter is your agreement to provide me what previously you have denied me.